I landed with nothing but a black dress and the ashes of my husband. My hands trembled as I texted the family group chat. Flight lands at 3 p.m. Can someone pick me up? It took less than a minute. My brother, we're busy, try Uber. My mother, why didn't you plan better? My heart didn't even sink. It didn't have the strength anymore. I just typed 2 words, no worries. They thought it was dismissal. It was a warning. Once, I believed family was a safety net. When I got married, I thought I was handing them another reason to be proud. My husband, God, he loved me with a tenderness that frightened me at first. He wasn't perfect, but he was constant. My family never liked him. He was too quiet, too serious. Translation, he saw through them. He noticed the way they used me, the way my mother rationed affection like it was currency, the way my siblings made me the errand runner, the spare part. When he got sick overseas, I thought, surely they'll step in now. But silence filled the months, and when he died, I buried him with no familiar faces beside me, not one. The flight home was heavy with grief, but under it, a new current pulsed, clarity. They had left me to stand alone, so I would return the favor. At arrivals, I didn't look for them. I already knew no one was coming. I booked a black car, the kind tinted enough to make me invisible, and I rode in silence while rehearsing the steps in my head. Step 1, reclaim what's mine. Step 2, strip away their illusions. Step 3, leave them with nothing but themselves. By 7 p.m., while they were clinking glasses and posting filtered selfies from the dinner party they had chosen over me, I was slipping into City Hall with a folder tucked under my arm. The folder wasn't new. I'd been building it for years. Copies of bank transfers my brother made under my father's name. Text messages between my mother and her friends that revealed more than she'd ever admit. Photos of my sister's husband slipping into a motel at noon with someone who wasn't her. I hadn't planned to use them until today. Step 1, I went straight to the clerk's office and filed the paperwork transferring my share of the family trust out of joint control. My husband had taught me to protect what was mine, and he had set up contingencies. They never knew. By the time they tried to touch it again, their hands would close on air. Step 2, the envelope. The one I had placed on the gift table at my sister's engagement party. The one she hadn't even bothered to thank me for. I still had the deposit slip, proof of the transfer I made back then. I printed it again, this time stamped reversal. I slipped copies to 2 reporters I knew circled my brother's financial firm like sharks. Step 3, timing. That night, as they toasted themselves at a high-end restaurant, sipping wine paid for by accounts they thought no one could trace, the first story went live. Headline, Local Banker Accused of Misusing Client Funds, Investigation Underway. His face splashed everywhere. At 9:12 p.m., the second story dropped. Socialite mother linked to questionable charity funds. My mother's name, her photo, her carefully manicured reputation cracked wide open. By 9:30, my phone buzzed. Calls, messages, the group chat lighting up with panic. My brother, what did you do? I didn't answer. Then came the footage, the part I hadn't planned but couldn't resist. I'd left the airport not through arrivals, but through the press gate. A friend with a camera had captured me stepping off the plane, pale, draped in black, clutching my husband's ashes. Alone. The news station ran it with one line beneath. Family abandons widow at airport after husband's funeral. They saw it. They must have, because at 10:04 p.m., my sister called, sobbing, begging me to stop. At 10:10, my mother texted, "Come home, let's talk." But there was no home, not anymore. I turned off my phone, drew the curtains, and sat in silence for the first time in weeks. I didn't need to scream, didn't need to confront them face to face. My revenge wasn't about spectacle, it was about absence. They taught me I didn't matter. I returned the lesson. Now, every time they look at their crumbling reputations, their frozen accounts, their shattered facades, they'll remember I asked for nothing more than a ride. And they couldn't even give me that. Funny, isn't it? One text, 2 words, no worries. They should have worried, because by the time they dropped their phones in shock, I had already dropped them forever.